Coming to the end of a one-way street. Wish I could wake up, but it's not a dream. Staring at the wall right in front of me. Need to get away, I can stay right here. Every day I'm wishing that you were near. I cannot pretend that I do not care. I keep asking why? You're still on my mind. It's been like a year since we're together. I should feel a feeling a whole lot better. I keep asking why? I have really tried. All the sleepless nights I counted hours. But I move on, but I lost my powers. I keep asking why. Now I'm asking why. Tell me, do I ever cross your mind? Maybe what we had is so hard to find. Wish I could go back, turn the hands of time. Need to get away, I can stay right here. Every day I'm wishing that you were near. I cannot pretend that I do not care. These memories haunting me. I keep asking why? You're still on my mind. It's been like a year since we're together. I should feel a feeling a whole lot better. I keep asking why? I have really tried. All the sleepless nights I counted hours. But I move on, but I lost my powers. I keep asking why. Now I'm asking why. I still miss your heart's kiss. Having so much fun with you by my side. Staying up late, catch a morning ride. I had it all. I keep asking why. You're still on my mind. It's been like a year since we're together. I should feel a feeling a whole lot better. I keep asking why. I have really tried. All the sleepless nights I counted hours. But I move on, but I lost my powers. I keep asking I keep asking Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. Not dead yet, true shit. So why do I worry about what I can see? I've been stressing about money for my rent, but the money that I spent last night with my friends was worth it. Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. So many lights with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes. It's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, one shot. I don't to waste. Look into my eyes, eyes, eyes. It's gonna be right, right, right. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. Oh, that's all we got. One moment, one shot. This town's so lame. I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m. I'm not even tired. We're in your car. We can drive away. Oh yeah. We're almost there. I'm loving this feeling of something new. Just right what I needed. Take me there. We can drive away. Oh yeah. Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight radio. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. A gentle breeze, the night's got a fever. To the moon and back, playing loud in the speakers. You and me, can I marry you right away? Oh yeah. Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight radio. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight radio.
Hello everyone, I'm gonna add a couple more photos from this photo shoot, and how many of you have guessed all of them right? And because this time I used also the both auto white balance, that's why the camera will decide the temperature based on the location. That's why sometimes you see the Fujifilm sometimes it's warmer, and then sometimes it's colder based on the environment the camera is in. So let me add a couple of the Fujifilm first, and then add a couple of the Sony ones. And this is the Sony a7 III. So just keep in mind that the a7 IV is still in the delivery process, still not yet. The rental, I added the rental last week, but there's some delay in the shipment, so I couldn't shoot the a7 IV this weekend, but there will be a7 IV comparison coming up also. So this is kind of like the warm up for the a7 IV, so just keep in mind that I haven't have the blind test for these two camera set. That's why I created the blind test for these two set also. So let's add a couple more. So the first couple one are Fujifilm, so I'm gonna use the E5 in it, and then adjust the alignment. And if you guess correctly, the Fujifilm auto white balance has more magenta because of the sensor. You will notice that based on the comparison, the Fujifilm X-T4 has more magenta tone in it, and then the Sony has more green tint in it. And the Sony green tint is known already, so I'm curious how the A7 IV perform on the color science. So just keep in mind that it's coming up. I'm gonna do one comparison with the A7 III first, and then I can compare the 56mm again, just based on their similar focal length and then how their bokeh different from each other. So I did some quick edits for this one: highlight, save, and edit the sharpness, save it to the camera roll, and then couple of the backlights. So let me edit this one first before I edit the backlights. So 4:5 crop, slightly rotate the adjustment right there, and then save it. And then the backlight, it has a Fujifilm characteristic. You can see that how the flare perform in the Fujifilm lenses are different than the Sony. And it depends on your preference. Some people like the flare, some people like Sony flare, some people like Fujifilm more. So it depends on, it's very preferential. So for me, I like the Fujifilm flare. It's nice and smooth out a little bit. It created a nice unique characteristic, but I think for some of you, you like a cleaner images, you can choose the Sony one instead, because it looks more sharper under the lights. But for Fujifilm, I like it how it perform on the backlights, and I have been shooting the 56 for a long time, so I got used to the look and feel of the 56mm. So just adjust the composition a little bit, and then slightly rotate the alignment and save it. I use the E5 to be consistent in my feed as well. So the Instagram crop and Instagram tone has to be similar, stay consistent. Slightly rotate a little bit. So you can notice that the edit is not too strong edit, but for the backlights I added more contrast. So let me save it to the next couple ones. I think from there, this three is still Fujifilm, and then the next one is the Sony already. So let me adjust it, and then so that's before. Okay, and then save it. And then this one, so copy two edits to here. Okay, and then adjust the okay, so save it. And then the next one, which is similar framing and lighting, so they can be just copy and paste those edits there. Okay, so save it. Okay, so next one. So the way that I can see that is a Sony file, because it has more green tint on the skin tone under the sunlight backlight. I noticed the Sony has a green tint for the A7 III, but I'm curious how the A7 IV perform. I'm gonna shoot more backlights once the A7 IV arrives, just to see any improvement on that one. So just stay tuned on the one I'm gonna shoot next weekend, planning to shoot next weekend on that. And you can see that the front seems sharper, and because it's more digital style, it's you can see that it's more digital file style instead of the film style. So it depends on the personal preference. Some people like more digital sharpness. So let me save it, adjust it, and then slightly rotate a little bit. Okay, so save it. And then this one was a Fujifilm. And then the next one, so It's in the same location, so let me try just copy the edit and then paste it into these couple ones right here. And I can adjust the exposure, it's too strong, this one, and then the contrast, and then 4:5 crop right here. Okay, so save it. So they are similar, so I'm gonna paste the edit right there. 4:5 crop to the similar cropping, and then exposure we can reduce even more and slightly pan to the right. Okay, so save it. And this one is half body, Sony a7 III 85mm. So I can add a little bit more tone for this one, and then adjust the lighting and the cropping. Okay, so save it. Okay, so last three, so let me edit. Let's see, the light, just slightly change the exposure, and the alignment. I use the stair lines in the back as a reference, so save it. And then the last two, let me adjust the exposure a little bit more, contrast, and then the 4:5 crop. Okay, so save it. So last one from the Sony a7 III. So you can see that just keep more room on the left, because the 1/3 crop for the image composition. Okay, so that's all my edits from the Fujifilm and some of the a7 III files. Yep, I will have more video coming up. Stay tuned for more video, and thanks for watching. Bye.